Here we go. Well, first thing is I like to do a report about once a week, and I skipped last week because nothing happened. Even though I always say and will be saying conditions can and do change quickly when you're fishing the trips. But anyways, really quick announcement. If you're interested next August with a spay casting clinic, let me know. We'll put you on a list. So we're doing that again. Everybody enjoys that. It's if you're not familiar with it by now, that we keep it to a really tight 5-to-1 instructor to student ratio, and that works really well. It's a half day. We try to keep the price down on it, and it's focused on the type of casting we'll be doing here. So that's the big thing. If you want, check in with us. We might have some cancellations going forward into this fall, and might be able to, when you're coming up, we might be able to sneak in with between me, George, and Ricky if we have any cancellations. So that right there, let's get on to the fishing, what everybody's interested in. Oh, by the way, we got to have a moment of silence. We finally drowned a camera the other day. Hopefully it'll resurrect, but after all these years, we finally dumped one in the river. Well, as for the fishing, I am on the bottom end of the Douglas and Salmon Run right now. This is Sunday of the Labor Day weekend, and I'm shooting this, so I'm hoping to have this up tomorrow or the next day. Right now, what you're seeing out here is 750 release plus a little bit of runoff. It is kind of great today. Tomorrow, the water flow is going to go to 350. I suspect tomorrow's not going to be a great day of fishing, even though we're not ripping them up today. Or they're ripping us up. That's what I should say. Because we had a hookup earlier today, and it was an absolute train wreck. That fish just tore us to pieces. And obviously we never landed it. But that's why we're fishing for them this time of year. When you hook one, they are hot. The water temperatures are warm. So we're dealing with probably high 60s. In the afternoon it is hitting 72, 74. Yesterday was very warm. And it didn't cool off much last night, so we're already starting with warm water down here. So you want to stay in the faster, more areas that have got a little bit of mechanical agitation. Those salmon, the few salmon are moving, we'll stop and hold there. It's been an incredibly light trickle. Typical of this time of year, typical Labor Day weekend water release, nothing on the unusual. We are working hard for a bite or two. Normal. The fishing pressure is light, it's awesome. You get to cover a bunch of water, fish through it. The guys that you see, so it's really kind of pleasant being out here this time of year. You're fishing for a fish, or fishing for a grab. And there's a lot of fishermen out here that have got the same mentality, so it's really fun to be on the river. It's pretty quiet time to be on the water. There is a small handful of fish in the estuary. Despite what people may be seeing, the reality of it is there's really not a lot there's some fish around, but not a lot. They will see a few fish rolling down in there, and the estuary people are hooking odd fish here and there, but it's the same deal through the whole thing. There's not a big jag of fish down there yet. And there's the other thing that's really helpful is so that'd be last Thursday, Wednesday, Thursday, I think Friday. I think Thursday, Friday, we had big winds out on the lake, and the lake turned over. So all that hot water that I was talking about in the last report that was acting as a barrier had gone away. So there's definitely, if the fish want to run, there's really no excuse for them not to run right now. Other than that, it's early and the water temperatures are warm. So that's basically what's going on with the temperatures and the water flows. Like I said, starting tomorrow, we're going to be at our 350 release out of the dam, plus whatever runoff. Actually, I think we're supposed to get some rain tomorrow, which is good. That helps everything out. So we got a little bit of runoff, so we got really good water. In fact, we're running some heavy tips to get down. So as for what we got them on, a lot of dark patterns today. Yesterday we got a bite on an olive woolly bugger. It's day 2 of salmon fishing. I don't have a pattern set down yet. So we're going through the fly boxes a lot. We're swinging a lot, covering a lot, playing around a lot of flies. We're experimenting. If you come up this time, you're going to need to experiment. My suggestion is to stay in the little quicker water, fish the pocket water, fish the agitated mechanical water, where it's mechanically um, aerated because of the oxygen levels these fish are going to stress easy. The other thing, like I said, is cover a lot of water, fish the lower part of the river. I would suggest maybe just above town, ballpark area, down to their High Bridge area, down obviously DSR where I am, is that lower part of the river where these fish are going to be. I haven't heard of any rumors. There's probably an odd fish or two that's gotten in the what I call the upper river. But you're gonna have to cover a lot of water. Mornings are best. Right now, what we're doing is we're fishing from around 6:30 until noon, and we're calling it around noon. It gets warm, so we just call it, go get lunch, tie flies for the rest of the day. So that's very typical of a pattern for this time of year. Now, going forward into next week, I think it's just gonna be more of that. It's just gonna be a steady grind until something breaks loose. Water temperatures cool down, we get some real weather, something turns over in the lake, or more than likely anything else, the fish just say it's time to go. I still think we have some fish that would be willing to run early, middle of this month. I think that's still very possible. The signs look good for that, but we'll see. The salmon are going to do what they're going to do. So for flies, I suggest, like I said earlier, olive woolly buggers when it gets bright, dark stuff, small intruders. Kelvin got one this morning on a I don't know what you call it, spay intruder type thing. It was probably about 3.5 inches long, dark pattern, had a lot of black and flashy blues and purples in it. Really cool thing, and it crushed it. And so that today, I'm carrying them. Raider buggers, black and silver buggers, black buggers, all that stuff right now is working pretty good. So we're staying mornings, gray days, dark, going to olives and stuff like that. But with the early season, I like to fish a little larger fly, put a bigger pattern out. So even when the water drops, I'm going to probably still be running stuff like size 4 woolly bugger size, or a little bit in that class range for a while, just to see what these fish do. If I've seen fish moving, they're getting a little crabby, then I'll drop down my sizes for now. But I just like to run a bigger fly this time of year because I think the fish are more in feed mode. So that's pretty much what's going on. The other thing is we're working on some videos. So as always, hit that little subscribe button. I think it's right about there, and the bell icon, because there's going to be a lot more fishing reports. We're just getting started. So the fishing reports are going to be coming. The videos are going to be coming. We got a bunch of video projects we're going to try to do, make up for some lost time, and get at it. So we're going to be flooding you, or trying to flood you folks in between guiding and fishing with a bunch of videos this fall. So stay tuned. Hope to see you on the water, and good fishing to you. Now let's see if I can shut this camera down without doing a face plant. Starting to sound like an old man. This is Jay at JPEG Guides and Lost River Fishing. We are a year-round fly fishing catch and release guide service. We fish the Lake Ontario tributaries, and then during the spring and the summer we also fish the inland trout streams, classic dry fly fishing. During the heat of the summer we will do the warm water fishing for bass and pike. If you're interested in any of our outings or have any questions, please feel free to email us at fish@lostriversfishing.com. Hope to hear from you, and if you have any questions, feel free to contact us.